Okay, lab number 3 here. We finished labs 1 and lab 2. Now we're moving on to lab 3. As you can see in your packet there, it says accurately measure distance using ultrasound. So you can see first couple of labs here, probably 4 or 5, are really just to get you used to looking at that screen to make sure you're good with what you're actually seeing. Okay? So here's what we're going to use. This is kind of a new block. Let me move it out here so we can kind of get it all in. This is the NAV-C block. Okay, ours says nav ships instead of nav C, doesn't really matter. If you could read it on the side there. It's kind of hard to read, but that's okay. It says nav ships test block. So, we're going to come back to our scope here. We got just a regular piece of steel, which is what that is. Nav ships test block, or nav C test block, is just a regular old piece of steel. So we need to get to the compressional mode for steel, and then we need to make sure our screen range and everything is set up where we want it to be. So we're going to set up to a 3-inch range, actually a 4-inch range. That's what the scope says, or that's what the lab says. So we'll go to a 4-inch range, and as you can see, this is a different scope than we used for the first couple of labs, but that's okay. They all do the same thing. Alright, velocity 2300 or 230,000. We're going to set him at 233 just for now. Probe delay, we're going to run that all the way back to 0. Pulsar, low damping, high damping. Kind of like high damping better right there. Low power. Let's see what the difference is. I kind of like high power. Makes it a little more prettier. Dual, that'd be for a dual element transducer. We don't want that right now. Receiver, our transducer is a, if you can read it there, it's probably way blurry. 2.25 megahertz. It's okay. 2.25 megahertz, we're going to go down to your frequency. See what cleans it up the best. Kind of a tie. We'll keep it there. See what we got. Alright, so full wave, we'll look at full wave. Positive half wave, negative half wave. I kind of like full wave. Just makes me feel better about myself. Anyway, so I went back to our normal screen, looking over here. There's our transducer plugged in. Okay, so here we are. If we're on a 3-inch screen, or sorry, a 3-inch test block with a 4-inch range, then our 3-inch signal should be coming up at about 75% screen height, or sorry, screen width. I'm out of it today. So let's change our velocity here just a little bit. That was that 233 thing that we were piddling with earlier. And I would say right at 230, if we can zoom in and you can take a look at where this thing's breaking the baseline, you can see we've got our 60, 70, 80%, so we want to be pretty much right in the middle, but you see it takes a little bit of a jag right there. So we're coming up just shy of 76% once we cross that first line. So I'm going to call that 75. Then if I come over here, I just want to measure 2 of the holes on the block. So it doesn't matter which 2. I'm just going to move. I'm going to back out a little bit here. You can see all the holes in the block. You could have until I dropped you. Okay, we're going to go to this one. Okay, here's my hands. Moving back over here. So there is our signal right here, coming right up about 19% full screen width. Okay, and I'm just moving the transducer back and forth a little bit. I'm going to zoom in for you so you can see that 19%. Okay, I'm just moving back and forth over the hole on the block. So peek it up there, coming up about 19%. So that's the first one you need to measure, 19% of 4 inches. Then, if I go to the next hole, there it is, right there. Okay, and it's coming up about 22, 23, 25% it looks like. 25% of 4 inches. Because there's our range of 4 inches. Let's back out a little bit. Okay, 25% of 4 inches. That's what we want to see. Okay, so there's 2 distances using NAVC block and a 4-inch range. Give you a second to let that soak in. Alright, and on your lab 3, as you see it there, the paper version has 2 blanks on it, so I'm going to need those 2 distances. Okay, last time there's 19% for that first hole, there's 25% for the second hole. Now remember, our range is 4 inches. Okay, good luck.